This video will show how to set up your PatBase ID with custom display and search options in order to get the most out of your PatBase experience. Open the search and display options by hovering over the menu tab in the floating toolbar. Here, you can set your preferences for various features in PatBase. Starting at the top, here you can determine the default section of the patent document to search keywords for in the search forms and command line when the field qualifier is unspecified. Select from Full Text, Claims Title and Abstract, and Title and Abstract. Please note, searching keywords in the Claims Title and Abstract is the initial default setting. Next to this, choose the number of records to see on the results page. The options range from 1 to 25 records per page. Select the default record display format. The options are preset defaults which show commonly selected patent details. Choose from Classic, Full, Biblio, Scan, or Image. From this drop-down menu, you can also select a custom display format if there is one saved on your ID already. To create a custom display format, click the grey button on the right. On this page, specify the fields you wish to display by ticking the relevant checkboxes. Save the display format by clicking on the orange button at the bottom. Alternatively, hover over Menu in the floating toolbar and select Custom Display Formats. It is possible to create up to 5 different custom display formats. Click the tabs at the top of the page to edit a different custom display. Custom 1 to 4 can be renamed on the right-hand side. Below, a country display preference order can also be defined under Other Options. Enter the 2-letter country codes, separated by a space, in the text box provided. Below is a checkbox to show granted publications first, if available. Please note, asterisks mark which fields the country display preference is applied to. Once you have saved the selections, return to the Search and Display Options page by clicking on the grey button. Set a default sorting order of records by selecting an option from the drop-down menu, for example, Earliest Priority Date Descending. This determines the order that records will be shown in when reviewing results. Choose the default PDF export page size, A4 or letter, and finally, set the default search history display in descending, most recent first, or ascending order. Below is a range of options to enable or disable by clicking on the checkbox. Disable floating toolbar. When navigating PatBase, the toolbar will move along with the page so that it is always visible and accessible, unless this option is disabled. Use larger fonts. This option will expand the fonts across the PatBase interface. Allow multiple pop-ups. Choose to enable PatBase links to be loaded in a separate pop-up window. For example, legal status, mosaics, full text, etc., so the links do not populate an existing open browser window. Enable keyboard shortcuts for navigation of results. This option enables quick navigation of results using the keys on your keyboard. Keyboard shortcuts are given in a box at the bottom right of the screen when viewing results. Click on this key to open a PDF which lists all available shortcuts. View simple families. Choose to display simple families. Members with identical priorities are grouped together within the PatBase family tables. Use long field names in table format exports. Choose to display long field names in table format exports like Excel. For example, the long field name for PN will be patent number. Do not display inventor names in assignee field. Inventor names are included in the assignee field unless this option is disabled. Please note, inventor names will still appear in the inventor field, Even if inventor names are removed, they are still searchable. Dead or alive. Choose to display a colored tag to indicate the legal status of a publication within the PatBase family table. Dead is a red tag and alive is the green tag. A disclaimer message will need to be agreed before this option is enabled. Show non-Latin assignees and inventors. When this option is enabled, the original non-Latin information will appear in the record view for non-Latin assignee and inventor names. Below, you can specify the default sorting order for family members within the family table. Options include country code. When this is selected, publications will appear in alphanumerical order based on the country code. Publication date ascending sorts the earliest publication date first. Publication date descending sorts the most recent publication date first. Application number ascending sorts the earliest application first. Application number descending sorts the most recent application first. Custom allows you to select the preferred country preference order by entering the two-letter jurisdiction codes separated by a space. Any jurisdictions not mentioned will be listed alphabetically. Towards the bottom of the page, there are additional default search options, including choose Japanese and German classifications in order to be able to search and display them. Expand the command line to a multi-line text box, which will remain visible throughout all PatBase pages. Choose to use the plus, minus, and comma symbols to work as Boolean operators, and, not, and or. Choose to display auto-suggest data, which will appear under search fields and command line. Auto-suggested data can be selected to populate the field. Click this grey button to delete auto-suggest data. Don't forget to select the orange Save Options button at the bottom of the settings page for any selection changes to take effect. Thank you for watching this video on PatBase ID settings. If you need any further assistance, please contact our help desk at support@mindsoft.com.